I wasn't really sure if I was going to do an analysis on Dead Apostle Noel, but then she ended up in Melty Blood type Lumina. Come to my surprise, Dead Apostle Noel has a lot of things to analyze in this game. The conclusion I came to is something I still find interesting, and more thoughts come to me as I was making this analysis. But first, before anything else, let's talk about Dead Apostle Noel Arcade, as it should shed light onto more why I find her so interesting. The arcade takes place after Noelle gets pumped with vampire essence by Dr. Roach. Waking up in her new body, excited by her new powers, she tests it out on Kohaku. The first fight will always be Kohaku, which gives some implication later for Shiki. Next major fight is against Shiki Tono. Shiki confronts Dead Apostle Noel with a no-nonsense attitude towards her. Shiki say he is there to take revenge for her family, which implies Shiki views Kohaku like a sister or regards her highly no matter the route. I really like this implication because it really goes a long way to the eventual Kohaku route, where we see how determined he is to get Kohaku to notice that people do have stuff like that with people they love. So it seemed like it's more natural that Shiki always had these feelings for her. Let's not also mention how he sees her as family though, because I should mention as well, Noelle one quote implied she didn't kill Kohaku, or even fought her, but gave a nightmare to Shiki that made him experience a horror he could barely handle. The final major fight is between her and Roa, which has the most implications, but most of them don't matter. Roa say a line which is difficult to tell if he's talking about Noelle or if he's talking about the Doctor. He say that the two are rank 6 or rank 7 or rank 4, and he honestly cannot decide. It doesn't really matter because she still isn't a match for anyone she considers her enemy. She isn't stronger than Shiki because Shiki is built different. She isn't stronger than Roa because Roa is built different and has infinite reincarnation as well as godly magic circuits and really good magic. She isn't stronger than Archway because she's a dead apostle / true ancestor. She isn't stronger than CL because, well, CL is immortal and she's the highest class executioner. She truly isn't stronger than anyone and is pretty much in the same place that she was before, except now she can take on more capable foes, but that doesn't really matter. When Noelle asks, "Hey Roa, can you teach me something important or something useful?" Roa contemplates on what to teach her. He thinks of many things, but the only thing he can tell her is make amends with CL, despite everything that happened between her and CL. When Noelle rejects the idea, Roa tells her, well, she's screwed, as she will never be able to come close to CL level, even telling her that she will ultimately amount to nothing, as if foreshadowing the fact that she ultimately doesn't amount to anything. In the true CL route, she really doesn't do much in terms of being a dead apostle because, well, true ancestor Archway sealed the show. Roa is a threat, and he still constantly is a threat throughout the whole arc. Dead Apostle Noel comes in and then leaves. The only significant thing she really does is progress CL to be able to forgive herself. But even then, that could have been done with Archway, or well, with Shiki. No, I do actually like Noelle, even though I hate her Dead Apostle design. I'm saying this because it's done on purpose. She ultimately is a nothing character. and this is most significant by her ending for this story, is such a ghastly ending that I really like it. And I'm surprised that Type Lumina only has one type of this ending.
ノア候補は地獄で絶賛書き回し中で、ロア本人は塵一つ残さず消しちゃった。あ、でもロア本人がいたってことは、まあいっか。もう意識しかないんだし、外にお詫びにたまには甘い展開にしてあげる。それより今は棺を作らないと、いつあいつらに襲われてもいいよ。もっとノア以外に私が怖がる相手なんていない。たくさん血を飲んで、ロアだって八つ咲きにできたのに、なんで私の指崩れてるの。やめてよ、本当やめて。大人の私だったら別にいつだってボロボロだったから。でも今はやめて。これ一番輝いていた頃の姿。壊れないで、崩れないで。大嫌いな吸血鬼にまでなったのに、結局私は惨めな姿で。いえ、その前にその魂を浄化します。代行者ノエルのこれまでの功績をもとに、焼却ではなく救済を。どうか一撃で苦しまず、不浄なやつ。そっか、そういえば、最初に殺しておくべきは。主よ、この
I wanted to show this ending for two reasons standalone. One, the series for Noel does an amazing job here. You can really tell the fear and like distrust in her voice whenever she is saying the You can also tell like how pissed off she is when Ciel actually appears, as if, oh great, now I gotta deal with this problem. But talking about the ending, I find it also really saddening. Despite eating well and not straining her body, unlike the Ciel route, her body still crumbles, meaning that her body was going to crumble no matter what. As if to add salt into the wounds, Ciel shows up ready to kill her. Well, she probably would put salt in her wounds because Ciel is Ciel. Also because holy salt. To me, Dead Apostle Noel is someone whose existence doesn't matter. Her only value is to be a stepping stone for others. Noel accomplished nothing in this arcade. As Shiki lives, Ro slipped into Shiki's body probably, and Ciel still lives. He ultimately accomplished nothing, just like Ro said. Dead Apostle Noel has a lot of interesting wrinkles and, well, interaction with certain characters. I'm mainly talking about how she appears in the game, mainly because we haven't really gotten much information about Dead Apostle Noel in the actual remake, because she's barely in it long enough to actually be a thing. So this is one of the few times where we can examine her character more fleshed out as is actually a character. The spears that she tended to throw actually are considered to be bells. This is due to the helm having bells on them. Noel also has very advanced movement, like as in she can move around very freely to where it feels like you actually want to always be in the air, like a butterfly. But talking more about her wind quotes, a lot of them does expand more on how she would be if she actually wasn't more established in the games. So let's talk about them. Her more generic quotes usually refer to stuff like how she wants to take advice from other dead apostles, how she's trying to see how far she can go with her own powers. She very much is experimental with how she is and will willingly take advice from other people. So that's actually a rather interesting thing. She isn't as arrogant as one might perceive from how she acted in the story mode. Instead, it's very clear she wishes to further her abilities as a fighter. So, certain one quotes during certain characters apply. When she fights Rod, she very much is angry at him. However, unlike the story mode, she says the following line. He's dead at least, but now he'll just come back again. Damn it, what am I even doing? Another common thing with Dead Apostle Noel is a lot of the characters don't really see her as strong as she thinks she is. In fact, a lot of characters, whenever she gloats about how strong she is, they all say, "You're nothing to gloat about," or, "Well, you're not that strong, especially compared to me. I can easily take you." It once again shows how insignificant her power boost was, as well as how insignificant and pointless this vampiric transformation was for her. She can't gain anything from it really besides, well, the joy of being overpowered to someone else, but it was never going to bring her joy to the people that she actually wanted to feel power over. When she wins against Shiki, she tends to say the following line. "Well, Shiki, how do you like my mystic eyes? With these I can make you experience anything I could think of." Lastly, we will talk about Dead Apostle Noel and Ciel. I will be talking about both their victory quotes as well as their intro. The two seem to have somewhat of a different relationship, but also somewhat the same. Dead Apostle Noel is pretty much the same as she is in the remake. However, Ciel is able to stand up to her straight away. She isn't filled with guilt or anything, she's just simply doing a job as she usually does. Ciel doesn't seem to feel as much guilt or pity for Noel in this game. However, she does feel bad for her, but not to the extreme she did in the visual novel. Now I want to talk about their win quotes, so let's talk about their win quotes. Here is Ciel's win quote. "Even after having your blood sucked by a dead apostle, this level of growth is unreal. What on earth happened to you, Sister Noel?" That's weird. I thought you were supposed to be practically invincible. It shouldn't take you any time at all to regenerate from something like this. Hurry up and get back on your feet so I can kill you again. The common thing I found between all these win quotes was that Noel seemed to be in denial of the fact that she won. Even this is similar to the traits she had when she wasn't a dead apostle. Her base form Noel also had these traits, where she seemingly seemed in denial of the fact that she won. Her heroic victories show that she gets annoyed at the fact that she didn't really stop him. She failed to do what she wanted to do. It's something to admit that she still takes the idea of killing Aurora as a responsibility that she has to do. She's annoyed by the fact that she didn't kill him. Whereas in story mode, she was slightly annoyed, but she was like, he doesn't have any more people to reincarnate into. And Ciel just pitied her and wondered what exactly happened to her. Why exactly was she ended up this way? This brings me back to my original statement. Dead Apostle Noel's existence is a pointless one. She realized how pointless it is, how pointless her action is. It will never have value, and the only value she will ever have is being a stepping stone for Ciel. And that's about it. Let's go to the conclusion. In conclusion, I think Dead Apostle Noel is actually a good character. In fact, I really do like the idea of her character once again. I still don't like the design. I do like the fact that they have expanded on her, similar to how they have expanded on previous characters in previous entries of Melty book. I can't wait to see this be done with other characters from the remake, if we get any more remake characters. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. I'm also very much still surprised I did a second Noel analysis. Anyway, thank you guys once again.